Alright guys, this is Cal 3 or 3D, because you're going to be doing 3D in Cal 3. These kind of graphs with your Y, X, and Z coordinates. They're very annoying. You just got to see them. So it is like something like that, because it's going to be going. It's hard to see, but just see it. You got to see it in 3D. Alright, it's a pain in the butt. I know I can't do it, but you got to learn how. Another thing you're going to be doing, instead of just f of x and y, you're going to have f of x, y, and z. Okay, so you got three variables in this function now, which is a pain in the butt. You'll have something like xy plus yz plus z squared, some crazy stuff like that. And then take this derivative of something like this xy plus, what did I say, yz plus z squared. You gotta take it 3 times. What you do is you take it with the x, respect to x, it would just be y, because that goes to 1, and you got a y there, because there's no x's in here, so you can take those all as constants. And then you take the derivative with respect to y, and you have x plus z, because that goes to 1, and those are constants, so they kind of stay the same. It gets very confusing, but you just got to keep up with your stuff, keep up with what's a constant, what's not, and then you take the respect to z, and that goes to 0, and that one goes to y, and that one goes to 2z. Easy stuff, but you just gotta take your time, do it right. Stuff like that. You just gotta take respects to each one individually. It's a pain in the butt, but you'll get it. Cal 3 is just a bunch of stuff, you know, it's not that bad, but it gets tough. And then, when you go to DE, which is differential equations, or Cal 4, what you're gonna be doing is equations like this. I have y double prime plus a 5y prime plus a 6y equals, let's just do it to 0 because it's a lot easier. Now this might look crazy to you, but it's really simple. All we do is we make that an r squared plus a 5r plus a 6. Alright? I hope I did this right. I don't think I did. I think this should be a 6. Yeah, let's make this 6. That way this factor is easy, you know? That's what you want. You want easy factoring. Yeah, because if you don't remember factoring from high school, you're screwed. Make sure you know how to factor. Okay, r plus 5, r plus 1, so r equals -5, -1, so you got, your functions are going to look like this. T. Yeah, look how crazy this gets. And then your y is going to be c1 e to the -5t plus c2 e to the -t. Now to find these, you have to have initial conditions, like let's say if y of 0, y initially of 0 equals 4, 1, and then y prime of 0 equals 2. So what you do is, you take this function, take the derivative of all this stuff, which is going to be y prime equals -5 c1 negative t minus c2 e to the -t. Now I didn't show you how to do e derivatives in Cal 1, but I can do that right here actually if you want it. Any number, let's just do this. What you do is you take the derivative of this, put it in front. So that's just a 1. See that x goes to just 1, so you just have e to the x. You keep that same. Now if it was e to the 4x squared, it would be 8x e to the 4x squared. And if you do it again, it's 16x squared e to the 4x. So you keep just taking the derivative of this, multiplying it by the thing in front, keeping that the same. Alright? It's not too difficult, but it's annoying. Now, also, e to the 0 equals 1. Okay? Remember that. Alright, so then you take your initial conditions, which is these, y of 0, y prime of 0, and you punch it in. So you got c1 e to the 0 plus c2 e to the 0 equals 1. So c1 plus c2 equals 1. And then you got down here, which is what I made it, 2. So you got -5 c1 minus c2 equals 2. You guys kind of seeing this? Now you just do some substitutions, you know, you can find out what c1 is, which is C1 equals 1 minus C2, because you just subtract that to that to find C1. Then you punch that into there, which is negative 5, 1 minus C2, which is negative 5 plus 5C2 minus C2 equals 2. So that's going to be 4, 7. C2 equals 704. Right? Take the 5 over there, that's 7. So you got 5C2 minus 1C2, which is 4C2 equals 7. So C2 equals 7/4. So then you punch that into this one because it's the easiest one. So you got 7 over 4 equals 1. You take 1 minus 7 over 4, which is going to be negative 4 over 4, which is negative 3 over 4, which is C1. So your final answer is going to look like this. Y equals negative 3/4 e to the negative 5t. That's a plus 7/4 e to the negative t. And that's your answer. DE is a pain in the butt. It's one of the toughest maths I've taken so far. I guess that's why it's the last math I have to take. But that's all. That's Cal 3 and DE. It's a lot of work, a lot of time consumption, but hey, do your work, do your homework, and you'll get it. Guys, have a nice day.